Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special little episode that I'm putting together as a kind of a prequel to my Halo 4 playthrough. So we're going to get to the footage here in a second, but basically in the video game Halo 4, there's all these little terminals that you can find that help explain the backstory of the main villain of the game known as the Didact. And, during our playthroughs, because I'm streaming through the Twitch app on Xbox One, I can't access the terminals because it'll boot us out of the game and you guys won't be able to watch them, when I'm streaming, just because I'm going directly through my Xbox and not, through a computer, which I will be doing soon. I did get a capture card thanks to my friend Joe after work, so that will change in the future. But for now, I thought I would collect the footage of all of those terminals and put them together in a short little 15-minute movie for you guys, so you can see actually, the story of the Didact and his backstory with him and his wife, the librarian, and how kind of tragic it is, but how it also involves ancient humans known as the Reclaimers, and also other humans that were on the level of cavemen and cavewomen that were put on the Halo rings, to kind of be studied and watched and observed. There's a lot of really neat history in these videos that I thought added to the story of Halo 4, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite Halo games. I love Halo 2, I love Halo 3, I love all of these games actually, ODST probably being my favorite, but Halo 4 had a really great story in the campaign, I felt, and I felt like a lot of fans who were hardcore Bungie fans didn't give the game, a fair chance. But the ones that did, I feel like a lot of them were pleasantly surprised, like I was, by giving it a chance. And I think Halo 4 turned out to be one of the best Halo campaigns out there. So there's a lot of videos we have right now. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can check out the Spartan Ops, which is like a side game that tells you some events that happen after Halo 4, and that's already up in 10 episodes. We'll be putting Halo 4 up after this is posted, and you'll see those videos posted, so you can see the story of Halo 4 on here. And then also I'm going to be reading some comic books, which were gifted to me from Comic-Con this year. A friend of mine named Alex and my new roommate Kevin, they pulled their money together and they got me Initiation and Escalation. Initiation's a 3-issue miniseries from Halo set after Halo 4, involving Sarah Palmer and the Spartan 4 program. So we're going to learn a lot about Spartan 4s, the differences between them and the Spartan 2s, which is where Master Chief is, and you're also going to learn more about the Didact and what happened to him after, and even some events before, involving the other characters before Halo 4. So we're going to basically do a whole Halo 4 series, and then we're also going to play Halo 5 co-op with CB Nuttree, Meister Didu, and Deadeye Shots, and that will be coming to this channel as well, and I'll edit those, but those won't have a lot of story or lore, us talking about lore and stuff. That'll just be us having fun. But if you want to see the lore and everything of Halo 5, you can check out my YouTube channel. I'll put the link down below. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing stories from this and stories from this, which is Tales from Slipspace. It's a new graphic novel out from Dark Horse, so make sure you go pick these up. The Library Edition, Volume 1, and there's a Volume 2, which I'll be getting hopefully, around Christmas time, because it's probably going to take us a while to read through all this and do the reviews. And especially this one, Tales from Slipspace, which is a graphic novel you can get now for like $20, and it's, has a bunch of short stories in it, written by people from 343, written by people who wrote the comics before, written by newcomers and drawn by newcomers. It's a really great collaboration of a bunch of little stories set in the Halo universe. One of them dealing with Fireteam Majestic, which I don't want to spoil and review now because it takes place after this series, so we'll get to it eventually. But there is a short story in here starring our friend Cortana and kind of the events between her existence and what happens to her at the end of Halo 4 and the beginning of Halo 5. So that will be our first review coming up that you'll see on this channel, and we'll just review that little short story, right here. So thank you guys, as always, for supporting this channel, and please, subscribe if you haven't already, or follow me. We're growing this channel big time. We're going to have a lot of fun on here, a lot of great videos coming up. And if you're a Halo fan, it's definitely something we fall back on a lot when I don't have money for new video games and things like that. I like to go back and revisit the Halo universe. So we got a lot of Halo content. Like I said, we're going to be reviewing the games and talking about them over footage of the video games. So that way you have some cool visuals while I'm, telling you about these great stories from Dark Horse. So thank you all, as always. Enjoy what you're about to watch. I really hope you dig it. It's really cool. Like I said, all these terminals and footage are in the game of Halo 4, so make sure you find out how to track those down and maybe watch our playthrough, and maybe I'll catch a couple of them and show you guys where you can find them. Thanks as always, and I'll see you in the future. Peace.
enemies move deeper into our territory with abandon. They must be eradicated.
Shall we take revenge? Abandon the mantle and all that its philosophy has given us these 1,000 generations?
All our plans have been torn asunder.
More reason not to abandon our beliefs. The mantle is our guidepost in times such as these. We must not falter in following its teachings. The enemy must be sent home and taught to stand with the galaxy, rather than rail against us and take what they desire. The mantle shelters all.
Didact, you make a fair, if uncomfortable, point. You have my support. Librarian, will you likewise follow the mantle as the Didact suggests?
Yes, Master Builder.
You're not angry at me.
We had this discussion a century ago.
Ah, so you are angry at me.
In the chambers, yes. But not now. You'll depart for Requiem soon?
At dawn. My Prometheans are already there.
Already there? You knew the Master Builder would side with you.
Should we step back inside the council chamber?
No. I would rather we spend our night out here. There will be fighting enough in the days ahead.
My love, put fear from your heart.
War is your realm, Didact, not mine. And you marched to this war, facing foes that, while always aggressive, were never so aggressive as they are now.
Your fears are unfounded. The enemy will be turned, and I shall stand by your side once more.
Promise me that.
I promise you. Nothing will stand between us.
Lord of Admirals, we are in position over the Forerunner planet.
Show me. Population numbering over 2 billion. Forerunner ships on alert and inbound.
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it?
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Damn it!
My lord, the infestation is in a remote locale. Perhaps if we warn the Forerunners?
If we warn them, we give the Flood time to spread. You know we have no choice. Cleanse the planet.
The humans' actions threaten the galaxy, yet we have treated them as the mantle required. Their punishment is just.
Justice is reducing their genetics in such short generations from a spacefaring race to... this?
They are closer now to the animals they behaved as.
If not for their encounter with the Flood, their gene plan could have surpassed our own. They could have someday held the mantle of responsibility.
The humans were not meant to protect others. The mantle of responsibility for all things is ours, and ours alone.
Yes, the mantle is ours. And we hold it so tight that even in death we shall hold it still.
So very many years have we battled. My finest opponents. The mantle accepts all who live fiercely, who defend their young, build and struggle, and grow. And even those who dominate, as humans have dominated, cruelly, without wisdom. But for all of us, there is a time like this. And for you, that time is now. Know this, relentless enemy, killer of our children, Lord of Admirals. Soon we will face the enemy you have faced. And we are afraid.
My life workers are investigating, but I believe the humans were never attacking us.
Tell that to the millions of dead.
The humans were acting as caretakers, pruning away planets so that this infection would not spread.
They took the mantle of responsibility upon themselves. And in so doing, they brought this sickness to our shores.
Husband.
The Flood cover more of our galaxy with each passing day. They feast on the essence of life itself. The only way to stop their advance is to remove that life upon which they feast.
My life workers have made plans for the reseeding of humanity and of all life after the halos are fired.
So you agree the halos are our only solution?
I do.
And your husband?
My husband has a different opinion of what steps to take against the Flood.
Did it work? Run the simulation. The procedure is a failure. I am still susceptible to Flood infection.
That leaves only the composer.
It will not work on my new form.
Then you will lead us, as always.
You would submit to such sacrifice.
Didact. If the composer is our final hope to defeat the Flood, no Promethean would resist.
I have led you, my Prometheans, for thousands of years, and I shall continue to lead you. Rise! Rise and protect the Forerunners! Rise and protect the galaxy!
Your kind brought the Flood to our shores. Now you will aid in ending its threat.
they were to be safe here. I ensured they would rise once more, better than before.
Your pets have a nobler purpose ahead of them.
You do not face me in person after your deceit.
I have an army to build from the raw materials harvested this day. The citizens of this Halo are my first conscripts, and with them in my thrall, the Flood will meet its defeat. Humanity's loss of biological form will serve as final payment for their crimes. It is a kindness they do not deserve.
What will be done?
Move the other humans to safety. Ensure the security of their index samples. They must finish what we have failed to do.
Librarian, where are you going?
To stop my husband's madness. My dear husband, I know your crimes, and I have found forgiveness. I know your reasons. I understand them. I know you. Perhaps better than you could ever hope to know yourself. I ask you, forgive my transgressions. Like yourself, all I have done. I have done for the greater good. Our time as the galaxy's caretakers is past. The Flood have overrun us. In the days to come, the Halo rings will fire, eradicating the Flood and all other life for a time. I have worked hard to index all species in known space. When the time comes, these indexes will open, and once more the galaxy will breathe and grow. Blood will pump, life will claw its way out of the oceans and through the mud. Babes will be born and grow old under the warmth of 1,000 suns. Civilizations will rise in our stead, and our job as caretakers will at last bear fruit. Until then, I leave you here, my love. The only living thing in this galaxy, sealed safely away. Spend these ages ahead of you in meditation on your choices. When you wake, you will find the humans. I have ensured that they will grow strong and vibrant. They will be our rightful heirs. Their gene plan dictates that the galaxy will be theirs to care for by then. I beg of you, find the strength to help them learn from our mistakes. And my husband, let them teach you as well. Please.
Supposedly, Cousteau and his cronies invented the idea of putting walkie-talkies into the helmet. But we made ours with a special rabbit ear on the top so we could pipe in some music.
crimes.
My Cronus, the crisis is upon us, and we sense our chosen champion is not prepared.
If innocents are threatened, preparation comes secondary to swift action, determination, and will. Send me to Earth, please.